I was joking earlier about those banners on the bottom of the pages, but nothing reveals, the fraudulent aspect of all of this better than these. 2006 is the crucial year. 2005, we'll know. It's all Friedman units.
Well, they're all, yes, indeed, and that's the point. Tom Friedman is far from the only one who's guilty, and McCain has done this many times himself. All the way back, he said that he thought the war would be terribly short.
Mm-hmm.
Short, and of course, he's also told CNN that he was the greatest critic of the war in the early days.
Yeah, right.
You look it up.
Yeah.
You'll find nothing but quotes about how the war is going so well that we're shocked how well it's going.
And we'd be greeted as liberators. He was one of those guys.
Well, he was indeed.
Yeah.
So, of course, that was a great dispute. We have a whole section in the book about the argument about whether we would be greeted with kites and boom boxes or sweets and flowers. Kenan Makia said it would be sweets and flowers, and Fuad said it would be kites and boom boxes. And there were boom boxes, all right.
There were boom boxes.
That you described.
Yeah, I think they're called IEDs.
Yeah, I think so. Robert Grossman, the brilliant caricaturist and cartoonist, we were lucky enough to lure him into illustrating some of these quotes, and that's one of his best, about the kites and boom boxes.
Yes. It's very, very funny. There are some wonderful cartoons in here, and I especially love the one about Ann Coulter in Afghanistan. But
have to buy the book to see that.
Yeah, you have to buy the book to see those. It's true. What surprised you the most, Chris? I mean, what was it? You knew all of the horrible things that had happened. You knew so much of it, but at some point you must have run across something that you said, "Oh my God, I didn't even know that."
There was a lot of that. I think that we tried to cover the less famous things, and of course, when you go on the radio or the internet, you're tempted to just talk about all the stuff that we all know already. But I think what maybe the book is most valuable about, beyond the humor, is the stuff we don't know, or only vaguely know. One thing was just the Reconstruction effort.
Right.
There was a man named Andrew Natsios. This really surprised me, who was the head of USAID, and as a result of being the head of U.S. aid giving, was responsible for a while for Iraq Reconstruction.
By the way, this is the one that I checked off as number one in my Oh My God list.
Oh, really?
It is.
Then you see why I was shocked.
Yes.
But Andrew Natsios, and I didn't see it at the time, went on Ted Koppel's Nightline show, and Ted Koppel talking about the Marshall Plan, and said, would it be anything like the Marshall Plan? And Natsios said, it wouldn't cost anywhere nearly that, because we'll have so much help from the Iraqi oil revenues and from many, many other countries.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Koppel said, well, the Marshall Plan cost something like $93 billion. What do you think this will cost? And Natsios said $1.7 billion.
Right. $1.7 billion.
And Koppel was amazed and asked him again, and he said, yes, that's all it's going to be. And Natsios himself, a few weeks later, gave a $2-point-something billion contract to Bechtel alone just for 1 year's work on Iraq Reconstruction. That's one company. And that was amazing enough to me that he could get away with that line. But then I realized, I didn't realize it, but I read that he had been in charge of the Big Dig in Boston. And if anybody knows anything about that, that's probably had the most accidents and cost overruns of any construction project in the U.S. ever. And Bechtel was the main contractor on that one, too.
Mm-hmm.
And even that's not the big surprise. The big surprise is that after he was fired, or he didn't get fired, but after his stint was over running USAID, they made him the special U.S. envoy for Darfur. So you know that somebody really competent is in charge.
Oh, isn't that comforting? Yeah.
It goes right up with Brownie and
Arabian horse shows. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Again, we're serious academics, Barry.
I know you are. But
I keep giving my opinion, and I try.
I know. We have to get you to not do that.
Only to say that one can examine whether Natsios' quote about $1.7 billion compared to the, say, $3 trillion that the war actually might have cost.
Mm-hmm.
You can choose who was right about that.
Who was right. That's right.